Imagine rising from a humble adoptive family in rural Mississippi, where dreams seemed as distant as the stars, to becoming a country music icon who has sold millions of albums and captured hearts worldwide. Faith Hill, with her powerful voice and unyielding spirit, has done just that, transforming challenges into chart-topping triumphs, boasting a combined net worth of $200 million with her husband Tim McGraw. Along with 5 Grammy Awards and countless other accolades, she stands as a beacon in the music world. But what hidden gems of luxury and legacy await inside her sprawling ranch? Stick around as we uncover the opulent life behind the spotlight. You won't want to miss a single detail. Early life and challenges. Faith Hill, born Audrey Faith Perry on September 21, 1967, in Ridgeland, Mississippi, entered the world under circumstances that could have limited her horizons. Abandoned as an infant, she was adopted just days later by Edna and Ted Perry, a hard-working couple who raised her in the small town of Star, about 20 miles from Jackson. The Perrys provided a stable, faith-filled home in a close-knit community, but life wasn't without its hardships. Growing up in a modest environment, Faith experienced the realities of a blue-collar family. Her adoptive father worked as a factory employee, and her mother managed the household while instilling strong Christian values. The family attended Star Baptist Church regularly, where Faith's love for music first blossomed. Surrounded by her 2 older adoptive brothers, she learned the importance of resilience in a society where opportunities for young girls from rural areas were scarce. Edna and Ted played pivotal roles in nurturing Faith's talents and character. Ted, with his steady demeanor, taught her the value of perseverance, often encouraging her to pursue her passions despite obstacles. Edna, a nurturing figure, emphasized hope and kindness, fostering Faith's early interest in singing. By age 3, Faith was already performing in church, her voice echoing through the pews and hinting at the star she would become. Her first public performance came at 7, at a local 4-H luncheon, where she sang with a confidence that belied her youth. Yet, the path wasn't smooth. As a teenager, Faith faced the isolation of small-town life, where dreams of stardom felt out of reach. She formed a band at 17, playing at local rodeos and events, but the grind of balancing school and gigs tested her resolve. Graduating from McLaurin Attendance Center in 1986, she briefly attended community college but dropped out at 19, driven by an unquenchable ambition to chase music in Nashville. The move to Nashville brought its own set of trials. Arriving with little more than determination, Faith took odd jobs to survive, selling merchandise at fan fairs, working as a secretary in a music publishing firm, and even a brief stint at a fast food chain that she despised. Housing was unstable, and rejection was constant. She auditioned to be a backup singer for Reba McEntire, but didn't make the cut. Personal struggles compounded the professional ones. In 1988, at 21, she married music executive Daniel Hill, seeking stability amid the chaos. However, the union, which lasted until 1994, was strained by her burgeoning career and personal growth, leading to a painful divorce just as her debut album gained traction. Faith also grappled with discovering her biological roots later in life, learning she had been given up for adoption to protect her from an unstable family situation. These revelations stirred emotional turmoil, but she channeled the pain into her music, emerging stronger. One poignant challenge came during her early Nashville days when a co-worker overheard her singing while packing fan club merchandise. This serendipitous moment led to demo recordings and her first break, but not before enduring vocal cord issues that required surgery, delaying her second album. Through it all, Faith's adoptive family's unwavering support, rooted in lessons of faith and grit, propelled her forward. These formative years, marked by financial scarcity, emotional upheavals, and relentless hustle, forged the tenacity that would define her rise. With these foundations in place, Faith's journey from obscurity to fame truly began to unfold in the music industry, where her talent would shine brightest. Career journey. Faith Hill's ascent in country music started modestly, but exploded into a legacy of hits, awards, and cross-genre appeal. After relocating to Nashville in 1987, she hustled through entry-level roles, but her breakthrough came when an executive at Warner Brothers Records heard her perform at the iconic Bluebird Cafe. Signed to the label, she released her debut album, Take Me As I Am, in 1993. The lead single, Wild One, made history by topping the Billboard country charts for 4 consecutive weeks, a feat no female country artist had achieved in 3 decades. Followed by a cover of Piece of My Heart, the album sold over 3 million copies, establishing Faith as a fresh voice in the genre. Building on this momentum, her sophomore effort, It Matters to Me, arrived in 1995. Despite a setback from vocal cord surgery that postponed recording, the title track became her 3rd #1 single. Other standout songs like Let's Go to Vegas and You Can't Lose Me propelled the album to multi-platinum status, exceeding 3 million sales. Faith's live presence grew too. She opened for major acts and headlined her own shows, captivating audiences with her blend of heartfelt ballads and upbeat anthems. A pivotal shift occurred in 1996 during the Spontaneous Combustion Tour with Tim McGraw. What began as a professional collaboration sparked a personal romance, leading to their marriage that October. Musically, it birthed duets like It's Your Love, which dominated charts for 6 weeks and earned Grammy nominations. Faith's 3rd album, Faith, in 1998, marked her crossover into pop. This Kiss climbed to #7 on the Billboard Hot 100, introducing her to a broader audience and selling over 6 million copies worldwide. The new millennium brought even greater heights with Breathe in 1999. The title track became a massive hit, earning her first Grammy for Best Female Country Vocal Performance, while the album itself won Best Country Album. Collaborations with Tim, such as Let's Make Love, added to the accolades, securing another Grammy. Selling nearly 10 million copies, Breathe solidified her as a superstar. In 2001, she contributed There You'll Be to the Pearl Harbor soundtrack, achieving international success and an Academy Award nomination. Faith experimented with Cry in 2002, leaning toward pop rock, which won a Grammy for the title track, despite mixed reviews, selling over 3 million copies. Returning to country roots with Fireflies in 2005, tracks like Mississippi Girl and Like We Never Loved at All, another Grammy winner with Tim, topped charts, debuting at #1 on Billboard. The album's success led to compilation releases like The Hits in 2007 and a Christmas album, Joy to the World, in 2008. Touring became a cornerstone of her career. The Soul 2 tour with Tim in 2006 grossed over $90 million, the highest for any country tour at the time. They repeated the feat with subsequent tours, blending their hits into unforgettable shows. Beyond music, Faith ventured into acting, appearing in films like The Stepford Wives and TV series 1883, where she portrayed Margaret Dutton. She also judged on The World's Best and coached on The Voice, expanding her influence. Awards piled up: 15 Academy of Country Music Awards, 6 American Music Awards, and recognition as Billboard's Adult Contemporary Artist of the Decade in the 2000s. Her philanthropy, supporting literacy and disaster relief, added depth to her public image. By the mid-2010s, Faith stepped back from full albums to focus on family and select projects, but her impact endures. Over 40 million albums sold globally. As Faith's career amassed wealth and fame, it naturally extended into luxurious assets, starting with her cherished ranch that embodies her success. Real estate. The Tennessee Legacy Ranch, $15 million. Nestled in the rolling hills of Nashville, Tennessee, this expansive ranch stands as Faith Hill's crown jewel, valued at $15 million. Acquired in the early 2000s with her husband Tim McGraw, the property spans hundreds of acres, offering a perfect blend of privacy and grandeur. Far from the hustle of city life, it's a place where faith can escape the demands of stardom, surrounded by natural beauty that echoes her Mississippi roots. The main residence, a historic farmhouse built in the mid-1900s, serves as the heart of the estate. With its sturdy structure and timeless appeal, it provides ample space for gatherings, featuring open living areas that flow seamlessly into outdoor patios overlooking vast pastures. The ranch's allure lies in its functional yet luxurious amenities, designed for both relaxation and everyday life. A spacious kitchen anchors the home, ideal for preparing family meals or hosting intimate dinners. Adjacent entertaining spaces allow for effortless transitions between indoor comfort and the fresh air outside. Bedrooms offer serene retreats, each thoughtfully placed to capture views of the surrounding landscape. Bathrooms throughout emphasize practicality with high-end fixtures, ensuring a spa-like experience without excess. The property includes outbuildings for storage and maintenance, supporting the ranch's operational needs. Outdoor features elevate the ranch to a true haven. Expansive grounds include trails for walking or riding, fostering a connection to nature that faith cherishes. Ponds dot the landscape, adding tranquility and opportunities for quiet reflection. A barn accommodates equestrian activities, a nod to Faith's love for animals and the countryside lifestyle. Guest accommodations ensure visitors feel welcome, whether family or friends stopping by. The estate's layout promotes harmony with the environment, with plenty of open space for recreation or simply enjoying the scenery. The ranch's value isn't just monetary, it's a testament to Faith's achievements. Purchased after her breakout albums, it symbolizes stability after years of uncertainty. Over time, they've invested in enhancements that preserve its historic charm while adapting to family needs. It's here that Faith hosts holidays, nurtures her creative process, and builds memories with loved ones. The property's seclusion offers respite from public scrutiny, allowing her to embrace authenticity away from the spotlight. Beyond the main farmhouse, the ranch includes additional structures that enhance its versatility. Caretaker quarters ensure smooth operations, while utility buildings handle practical tasks. The land itself is a mix of meadows and wooded areas, providing diversity in terrain and wildlife sightings. This setup makes the ranch not just a home, but a self-sustaining retreat. As we wrap up this tour of Faith's ranch, it's clear her tastes extend beyond homes to her impressive collection of vehicles, each telling a part of her story. Car collection. Faith Hill's car collection, though selective, mirrors her life of achievement and adventure, with each vehicle carrying a narrative of personal milestones and shared experiences. Curated over years of success, these rides blend luxury, nostalgia, and practicality, often tied to family outings or career triumphs. Starting with the priciest, her lineup features standout pieces that evoke stories of resilience and joy, starting with the most valuable gem, the 1971 Oldsmobile Cutlass, priced at $200,000. This isn't your ordinary classic. It's a custom creation born from a heartfelt gesture. Imagine a birthday surprise that turns into a lifelong treasure, blending raw power with refined elegance. Faith and her family have taken countless drives in it, feeling the rumble of its engine as a reminder of celebrations past. It's more than metal and wheels. It's a testament to enduring partnerships, cruising through life with style and strength. Coming in second is the 1969 Mercedes 280 SL, valued at $140,000. This convertible whispers tales of inheritance and sentiment. Picture it as a hand-me-down from a triumphant moment, carrying the weight of victories and the lightness of open-road freedom. Faith often reflects on how it connects generations, turning simple outings into cherished escapades. With its smooth handling and timeless appeal, it transforms everyday journeys into something poetic, a quiet companion that speaks volumes about roots and resilience. Finally, the third spot goes to the 1960 Chevrolet Corvette, worth $100,000. This sports car started as a romantic gift, sparking joy from the very first rev. Envision the thrill of its acceleration, capturing the essence of spontaneity and passion. Even as it has moved on to inspire others in a special display, it remains a symbol of sweet surprises in Faith's narrative. It's the kind of ride that makes you feel alive, echoing laughter and shared dreams on every imagined curve. Each car in Faith's collection isn't merely transportation, it's a chapter in her narrative, from triumphant acquisitions post-Grammy wins to shared drives that deepen relationships. Together, they paint a picture of a woman who values experiences over extravagance, using her vehicles to weave stories of love, perseverance, and legacy. From these symbols of mobility and memory, let's shift to the financial foundation that enables such a lifestyle: Faith's income streams and impressive net worth. Income and net worth. Faith Hill's net worth, estimated at $200 million combined with Tim McGraw, is a testament to her multifaceted career and savvy business moves. This fortune stems from diverse sources built over decades of hits, ventures, and endorsements. Music sales form the core, with over 40 million albums sold worldwide. Albums like Breathe, which moved nearly 10 million copies, generated substantial royalties. Singles such as This Kiss and Breathe continue earning through streaming and licensing. Tours amplify this. The Soul to Soul series with Tim grossed hundreds of millions, including 90 million from the 2006 iteration alone. Live performances, from arena shows to special events like Super Bowl anthems, add consistent revenue. Beyond recordings, Faith's acting roles contribute significantly. Her portrayal in 1883 and appearances in films like The Stepford Wives brought in fees and residuals. Television gigs, including coaching on The Voice and judging the world's best, provided lucrative contracts. She voiced NBC's Sunday Night Football intro for years, securing steady income. Endorsements and branding expand her earnings. Faith launched fragrances like Faith Hill Parfums and True, partnering with major companies for millions in sales. Beauty deals, including CoverGirl campaigns, leveraged her image for high-value payouts. Philanthropy ties into this. While charitable, events for literacy and disaster relief often align with sponsored appearances. Real estate investments bolster her wealth. The Tennessee ranch, valued at $15 million, appreciates over time alongside other Nashville properties and a Bahamas island retreat. Selling portions, like 131 acres for $3 million in 2015, realized gains. Joint ventures with Tim multiply assets. Their combined tours and duets generate shared royalties, while co-owned businesses like production companies diversify income. Royalties from catalog sales and publishing rights ensure passive earnings. Faith's financial strategy emphasizes longevity. Early in her career, post-debut album success, she invested wisely, avoiding extravagance. As net worth grew, she focused on family security, like funding education for her daughters. In 2025, ongoing royalties and selective projects maintain stability, with potential for new music or acting-boosting figures. This wealth affords a life of comfort, but Faith remains grounded, crediting hard work and faith. Her story inspires, showing how talent, paired with smart decisions, builds enduring prosperity. With her professional and financial successes in view, Faith's personal life reveals the heart behind the star, filled with enduring relationships and meaningful connections. Personal life. Faith Hill's personal life weaves a tapestry of love, family devotion, and community impact, humanizing the country legend and making her relatable beyond the stage. At its center is her 29-year marriage to Tim McGraw, a partnership that began amid the sparks of a tour and has endured as one of music's most enduring romances. They tied the knot on October 6, 1996, in a simple ceremony at Tim's aunt's house in Louisiana, shortly after Faith discovered she was pregnant with their first child. This milestone marked the start of a family-focused chapter. Together, they welcomed 3 daughters, Gracie in 1997, Maggie in 1998, and Audrey in 2001. Parenthood transformed them. Faith took breaks from her career to prioritize raising the girls, often describing motherhood as her greatest joy. The family maintains a rule of not being apart for more than 3 days, fostering closeness despite demanding schedules. Tim and Faith's dynamic reflects mutual support. He credits her with helping him overcome past struggles with alcohol, issuing an ultimatum that saved their marriage during his darker days. Their bond mirrors the authenticity in their duets, blending passion with resilience. Controversies have tested them, but they've emerged stronger. In the early 2000s, rumors swirled about marital strains due to Tim's partying, leading to public scrutiny. Faith addressed it gracefully, emphasizing communication and forgiveness in interviews. Another flap involved a 2007 concert incident where Faith confronted a fan for inappropriate behavior toward Tim, sparking debate but showcasing her protective nature. She later explained it as a stand for respect. Scandals like whispers of affairs, often tied to their on-stage chemistry with others, were swiftly denied. The couple responded by reaffirming their commitment publicly, turning potential pitfalls into affirmations of loyalty. Family extends beyond immediate kin. Faith honors her adoptive parents, Edna and Ted, for instilling values that guide her. She reconnected with her biological family later in life, adding layers to her identity without resentment. Community involvement deepens her relatability. She's active in organizations like the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee and supports literacy through the Faith Hill Family Literacy Project, earning honors for her advocacy. Her faith remains central, influencing charitable work and personal ethos. This sphere reflects the warmth in her music, heartfelt and genuine. Faith's life with Tim and their daughters embodies the perseverance of her songs, proving that behind the glamour is a woman dedicated to love and legacy. If this glimpse into Faith Hill's extraordinary world inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe for more celebrity spotlights, and check out our other videos on music icons. Thanks for watching.